We are in the city of Boston. It holds a population of over 500,000 people, yet a quarter of them are students at a university.
The city marks the historical landmark of the Freedom Trail, spanning 2.5 miles through Boston itself. Around the area is where a new game of Survivor will begin. Here, 16 college students will compete against each other. They must learn to adapt or they'll be voted out.
So my first line of thinking is that I need to go in there, make some friends, gain some allies, and don't let anyone onto my bad side. I trust in people too much, and so they may be able to deceive me when it comes time to vote people off. But remember, I'm also cunning.
My name is Daniela Roberge. I am a VMA major and I'm from Leesburg, Virginia. I played soccer competitively for 10 years as well as I danced. I was in Odyssey of the Mind, which is a logic problem-solving competition, as well as being like vice president of several different orgs. I feel very well equipped like walking into any situation.
I think I'll win Survivor because I'm the best at Survivor, and we're gonna see why. It takes a bit of competitive edge. It's good to understand how to work on a team, but I think there needs to be a driver on that team who's keeping everybody going, keeping everybody motivated, happy, and just making people work the right way.
Well, I walked in and it was actually really intimidating because there were already a lot of people there, and it seemed like there were already some like little alliances forming. The girls that were like cheerleaders, like talking together, and like not like that they were being like exclusive, but they were definitely like analyzing everybody else walking in.
Well, I was like one of the first people, so I didn't really like know many people before, which surprised me. And I feel like it was much more casual than I thought it was gonna be, and everyone was just kind of like friends and everything.
I didn't want to like give a bad first impression. I didn't really want to give a great first impression either, because if I was too like happy or too over the top, then people would be like, oh shoot, this guy, maybe he's like not the guy that I want to align myself with. And then if I was too quiet, oh man, like he's too quiet, he's always up to something. So I tried to like be somewhere in the middle.
In the end, only one will remain and will earn $100 and the title of sole survivor. 45 days, 16 students, 1 survivor. Welcome to Survivor Boston. Woo! Thank you all for being here. Thank you for dealing with the slight delay.
First things first, we're going to get you guys into tribes. We're just going to introduce each of you first. So if we call on you, just like introduce yourself to the crowd, your major, and then we'll give you your tribe colors. All right, so we'll start with you.
Hi, I'm Bailey Olmsted, and I'm a freshman WLP.
I'm not always great at first impressions and making friends off the bat. I'm much more likable the longer you get to know me. And so if I could just build that trust with the team immediately and show these guys that I'm a team player, that might kind of help even out some of my more negative attributes.
Okay, I'm local M-celeb Lexi Coons. Yeah, that's not true. I'm a comm studies major.
You are going to be on the blue tribe.
Nice.
Let's get you.
Okay, I'm Toby. I'm a freshman comm studies major.
All right, Toby, you're on the red tribe.
What's up, guys? I'm Bruce, VMA major. Excited.
Yeah! All right, I'm good.
I was pretty excited, really excited about like what's gonna happen. who's gonna be my teammates, what are the challenges. Because I didn't know a lot of people from the group, but like as you start talking to them, hey, what's your name, what's your major, you start to, get to know people, their stories, their background. So.
In the back, you showed up late.
I'm Stuart, I'm a business major. At first, I was pretty sure that I was going to be targeted because I showed up late. I was at a business competition. We were doing a workshop at Northeastern, and it ended at 3, but I agreed that I was going to leave earlier. And when I left at like 2:15, I thought I trusted in the green line more than I should have. And it didn't let me down too badly, but it was a little, as you saw, I was a little bit late.
All right, you're on red.
Stuart showing up late, I just take that, not, and it's offensive, you never know what's going on in someone's life, but like for me, I'm such like a punctual person. If you're gonna have a team, you want a team that's gonna work well, because the whole point is to win challenges, and so you want people on your team that can win challenges.
Hi, I'm Jake. I'm a freshman theater and performance major. And I'm here.
We're doing a head thing? Oh, do whatever you want. Let's do like a thigh.
I'm Giselle. I'm a freshman business major, and I love Taylor Swift. That's all you need to know about me.
You're on red.
Oh, yay.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm a freshman theater and performance major from California, not LA.
Yes! I love to have fun and laugh. I would consider myself too loud in parts of words. I shouldn't be loud. But I feel like I'll come up too, big, and then people will be, sort of like Corinne on The Bachelor. And people will be like, she's too much, I want her off.
My name's Elvis. I'm a VMA major, and I'm excited to win the $100.
So I think I may have screwed up big time. I declared boldly that I would win the $100. And everyone said, ooh, and immediately after saying that, I regretted it because I had inadvertently planted a giant red circular target on my back.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I am freshman VMA. Yeah, let's go. I'm from Hawaii. That's pretty cool.
Wait, that's so blue.
Blue. Okay. I knew it.
Nice!
I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah. You?
I'm Izzy. I'm from California, LA. I'm marketing. What team am I on?
You are on red.
Literally, you for separating me from Lexi.
I'm Peyton. I'm a marketing major, but I'm switching to health comm. And I live on the 12th floor of LB. Woohoo!
Cool, you're on red.
Woo!
Yeah!
I'm Brian. I'm a comedic arts major, and I'm happy to be here.
You're on red.
Yes!
I wanted to do Survivor because I've been watching it since I was about 6 or 7 years old. It's one thing that I would always watch with my mom and my dad, every time it was on, once a week, and we would all just get together and be ready to watch it. And it was one show where you could be 18 in order to be on, and I thought that was super cool.
My name's Moses. I'm Moses, journalism major, and if I win, my $100 is going to Chipotle for the squad. Which team am I?
Blue.
Blue?
So,
yeah, Chipotle!
I'm Kate. I'm WLP.
Alright, you're on blue. Every single time. What can I say?
Just make it visible.
I'm so
Alrighty! First, I'm just gonna go over a couple things. There are 2 hidden immunity idols. What a hidden immunity idol does is, when you are at tribal council, if you feel like you or another person has gotten a lot of votes, before the votes are read, but after the votes are cast, you can play this idol to save yourself from being voted off. It keeps you safe and takes away all the votes that were cast towards you.
You can use it at any point up until the final 5. When you use it, the person with the second highest amount of votes will be voted out. They are hidden somewhere on either Emerson campus or the Boston Common.
So what's gonna go on next is we're gonna have just a little bit of camp time for you guys just to get to know your tribes, and you guys can think of a team name.
But before we get to that, we're gonna get to the first twist of the season. If I could have everyone line up against the wall, that would be beautiful. All right, so in this opening twist, we have two options. Hidden somewhere in this room, there's what we call the loyalty advantage. With this advantage, you can use it once in the first 3 challenges, and your entire tribe will have a big advantage in that challenge. But also, hidden in the hallway is the risk taker advantage. It is an individual advantage, which means it only works for one person, and only that person will know what that advantage is. You have 2 options. You can either stay in this room and think of the tribe, or you can think of your long-term game and go for the individual one. Once you're starting to look for one, you cannot look for the other. Survivors ready? Go! You can announce the loyalty advantage at the
Oh! Wait, no way! Holy sh! I got the loyalty.
Brian has the loyalty one for the red
Yes,
team.
yes.
Peyton has found the. Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to show it.
I really see.
For the twist, I went outside for the personal advantage. I thought, because everybody was inside, so I was like, okay, maybe there's something outside. I did not get it, but like one of my teammates get it. But I'm happy for her.
So, just as a reference, Brian found the loyalty advantage, which means within the first 3 immunity challenges, your tribe, which has to agree by a majority, can use that advantage. We don't need an advantage to be here.
Probably tomorrow. Whatever.
Wow.
Anyways.
Ooh.
Good one.
Can that just be our name, the more attractive tribe? Alright, yeah. We're gonna give you your poster boards. You guys are gonna come up with your tribe names.
I went for the loyalty advantage. Even though our team didn't get it, I still think that it showed my team that I'm more, loyal to them. Peyton on my team actually went for the risk taker, and it was really interesting because before she went out for that, she said, "A blue team, no one's gonna judge you," and then she went out for the risk taker one. So I think that was really just to save her ass.
How about we do the Tribe Called Quest, AKA?
Oh, a Tribe Called Quest, and then in quotes, the more attractive.
Yes. Yeah. We have a name and a word.
Yeah.
I dig it.
And look at compromise and everything.
That sounds like a winning team.
When I first got in, I had this feeling, well, oh my god, so many people, so many different things, we're gonna be separated, right? But then as soon as we got the blue team, we knew we were solid.
Okay. We're such a precious tribe, I love it.
So we decided to name ourselves a tribe called Quest, and the motto is the more attractive tribe, and we were just good the whole time.
Okay. Peyton got the individual twist. She dropped it on the floor. So I kind of picked it up and read it and took it. And even though it still applies to her, it's really interesting to know. You have found the risk taker advantage, sort of. This advantage will keep you safe at the first tribal council you attend. You may keep this a secret or tell anyone. When you go to tribal council for the first time, no one will be able to vote for you that night. After the first tribal council you attend, the advantage will no longer have any power. I can either trust someone, which I don't want to do, and tell them, or I can just keep that knowledge. If or when or whatever we lose, this will definitely come in handy. So, Zooey mama.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
That's scary. There's a pre-existing injury. So.
Oh, okay, just cover it up.
Hold on, I'm sensually putting markers in.
Insertion. So I found an immunity token today. I was a good person and picked up these markers. You found a clue to the hidden immunity idol. Upon a hill you must search low, not high. Guarded by soldiers, sailors, immunity is nigh. And I think Lexi's the only one I would share it with. I know Lexi pretty well, and I'd rather one of us have it than someone who I don't know as well.
Well, I saw him get something. It was in the marker box. He took it and didn't say anything to anyone. He has an idol, we're pretty sure. He didn't say anything about getting the immunity idol, which I think is gonna hurt him.
Yeah. So let's just start throwing out artistically red sparrows, blood.
It definitely has to include. It has to include red.
Charizard.
We're the red
Pokemon Red and Blue.
I like that. Which one? Whatever you
Charizard?
I think we all meshed really well. Even though we weren't on the same page about a lot of things, like even coming up with the tribe name, it kind of took a long time. So in the long haul, that might kind of play into how we decide at like tribal councils and things like that. But I think for the most part, we're a pretty solid team.
I want something threatening. Yeah, intimidating.
Elmo's intimidating.
So like scary Elmo.
I like the tribe. I think we're a little quieter than the other one, a little less outspoken, but I don't think that's a bad thing. They were all very nice, creative. Some were more creative than I was. I couldn't come up with a successful team name. Yeah, just a funny group. I think we got along pretty well.
I actually
Facebook group.
like simple.
Yeah, done. Inferno. I like that. I'm willing to
I like that.
say Inferno.
Yeah, for
Should
Inferno.
we vote? Okay. All for Inferno?
For the record?
Yeah, plain Inferno.
That's more like a tribe.
All for Disco Inferno? Okay, we'll do Inferno. How we spell Inferno? I thought.
If there's room at the end, you can make like a flame or something.
You could always put the
What if you light the letters on?
Yeah.
So, are you guys ready to get to your first immunity challenge? This is what you are playing for. On my go, you guys are going to be racing down to get 6 balls. One person is going to be throwing, while the other 3 are going to be taking turns with a piece of cardboard to where the person will throw it to them. They have to catch it with the cardboard and then run it back to the other side. Once you have all 6 balls, you will use them, 2 other people on the tribe, to shoot them into these buckets here. Once all 6 balls are in the bucket, there will be puzzle pieces inside each bucket. You will get those puzzle pieces. Now there's 2 people left on the tribe. Those 2 people left will work on those puzzles here. It is a word puzzle. Figure out.
I've got the word.
The first tribe to complete their puzzle wins immunity.
What happens to the other tribe, Charlie?
The losing tribe will have to vote somebody off. The first person will be voted off of Survivor Boss. If you guys want to use the loyalty advantage now, now's the time to do so.
We don't know what it means. Debrief?
If we want to use it,
I don't think we
we
should
can.
use it for this.
I think
All right, for the blue tribe, we have Jake.
Yes,
Survivors ready? Go.
Oh yeah!
There we go. Nice, yeah. Yeah, Sarah.
Did you see that?
Blue tribe has only 2 balls left. Red tribe still has most of them. Blue tribe only has 1 ball left. Red tribe still has 2. There's one over here. Inferno is on the last ball. Blue tribe is done there. Transforming the balls over. Lexi has started shooting. Lauren has started shooting for Inferno. Red tribe has 1 ball. They have names, Charlie. Quest still has no ball. Quest has 1 ball in. Quest has 2 balls. Wait, you have to wait. You have to wait. Payne has to go. Quest has 3 balls in. Peyton takes a fall. Red is slowly starting to slip away. Lauren and Stuart shooting for Inferno. A tribe called Quest is slowly pulling ahead.
Just throw it in Charlie's face.
Guys, you got this.
More balls in.
Almost, come on.
5 balls for a Tripod Quest. Tripod Quest needs one more ball.
Ignore the other team. Go get another ball. What's what happened?
That's 2 for Inferno.
I knew that was going to. We only need 4 more.
That's 3 for Inferno. Inferno is starting to catch up.
I am the worst shepherd. I know you got this.
Oh, so close. Now. You guys are getting
Inferno. They're
Just put it back in.
Just put it back in. Put it back in.
Put them all back in. Then you can start shooting.
Sorry, one more. That's ours.
Make sure it's 5 in the bucket. Your Tripod Quest was very far ahead. No, no, that's going to. It is getting closer. Oh my god. Any tribe can win this.
Oh! You got it. Keep going.
So close.
If you want, you can switch out for throwing. You're
now doing
switch out.
One more.
That one puzzle people. Puzzle people. Slow up.
We only have one ball.
Keep going. Keep going.
Start working on the puzzle.
Keep going.
Inferno only needs 1 more. They're still in it.
Just don't slip.
I'm not working. Inferno has all 6 balls. They are ready.
Y'all keep that for
It is anyone's game right now.
This is most likely a vowel.
Oh my god, wait.
We are neck and neck with Inferno and a tribe called
Wait, is there like a hint or something? No.
Right.
This is a hard one.
No one else is like a non-call.
Your tribe can help. You guys can help.
Oh, okay.
But the problem, the thing is the other tribe is right here. So like whatever you want.
Excuse me.
Don't look at our thing. Are you kidding me?
Same puzzle. Same
Get
puzzle.
away! I'm not kidding. Get away.
In numbers. Safety in numbers. A tribe called Quest. Come get your immunity. This one person. One person. You guys are safe at tomorrow's tribal council. You will not have to vote somebody off. Inferno, I wish I could give you guys better news. Tomorrow, one person from your tribe will be voted out of this game.
So I don't want to say it. One of you want to say it? Vote off. Izzy. Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay,
just
I'm
feel
glad that
so
you were
shitty.
feeling that too.
no.
It's so like. But the thing is, like,
I don't think
someone.
she
No, but
It's really tough because it's like kind of hit us that we actually have to vote someone out, which is the crazy thing, because we're going to end up seeing all these people all the time afterwards. But we're really talking, and it seems to us at least that Izzy doesn't seem to be taking it as seriously as the rest of us. And if we have someone that is just like taking it frivolously, then that might be a hindrance rather than help us in the long run.
she's super nice and fun.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like we need people who are really devoted to the game.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And like, I feel like we have a lot of people on our team who, like
Very
Stuart, who are like really
Yeah.
rooting people
Yes.
on. And
Yeah.
as long as like we
Stuart surprised me.
Yeah, Stuart
Yeah,
surprised
He was
me
the last
today
one to
too.
show up, but he was like,
Yeah, but he was like very devoted.
He was on it.
We love you, Stuart.
I think I'm starting to feel really close with Giselle and Lauren. I feel like we have like a tight three going on. We all seem to be on the same page.
Can we like hug or something and say Inferno slowly? Inferno.
And I feel like I can get Stuart to be on my page as well, because we're both really close.
Lexi pointed out that some people may start to think that I was like actually dead serious about literally committing suicide if Lexi was voted off, with the whole suicide pact thing with Lexi. That like if I go, she goes, like something like that. But that was literally just a joke. So then I was like, oh no, like I feel bad because like now my teammates don't, like they think that I don't want to be here. And like that, I feel bad about that because that's not true. I messaged, this is probably a great angle for me. I messaged Daniela and I was like, oh no, like I feel bad. I heard that some people on our team want to vote me off because they don't think like I'm like in it to win it or whatever with the whole suicide pact joke with Lexi. And then she was like, oh no, like don't worry about it. That's not what I was thinking. But like I did hear people talking about it and I was like, oh no, like I feel bad. So what's her name? Daniela's meeting with Lauren. And then I'm trying to meet with Brian Roque, but I have no way of contacting him besides sliding into his DMs on Instagram.
I can't tell if Bruce saw it. He
Everyone
made no
else kind of walked
indication.
away.
I think Bruce might have seen me put it into my wallet.
Yeah,
Other than
we
that.
like we didn't even say anything. You know what I mean? We weren't like, yeah, Kloop. We like looked at each other and then we were like, and like moved on to our team. So Bailey came into my confessional and we kind of did it together, which like solidified that alliance.
It said things about soldiers and sailors in the hills, so I think it's the Civil War monument in there.
I know Toby yesterday was looking for it because I was in LB lobby and he was like, go to look for the clue, and I was like, good luck.
Good luck.
It's like I hope you don't find it.
I would assume it's probably hill and soldiers, and there's the Civil War monument on the top of the hill, the only hill in Boston.
Fair.
So I would. That's where I'd start.
Catch us climbing a statue.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's up there because that's an obvious statue. It's the only hill in all of Boston.
So we went to the bottom of the entire hill and didn't see that either. And there were some statues there, but like the statues had to do with like intelligence, integrity, like pride, like nothing to do with soldiers and sailors. See, this spooks me though, because this is high, not low, technically.
Huh? I've got a new theory at least.
Hit me with it?
The light poles. Got little cavities at the bottom.
Oh my god, I would be so annoyed if that's the case.
It's pretty low.
So I googled soldiers and sailors, Boston Common, and the monument that we originally went to came back up on Google. So Bailey looked at the monument again, and around the monument are all these benches, and I went and I looked under every single bench. Oh my gosh, Bailey! Until I eventually found it.
Oh yeah, let's hear it. Right here.
It's okay, we're sharing this. The hidden immunity idol will keep you safe from being voted off at tribal council. If you discover the idol, you may keep it a secret or tell others that you have it. I'm telling you that I have it. The immunity idol cannot be stolen for you. You may give the immunity idol to someone else, either on campus or tribal council, if that's you. If you intend to use the idol, you must reveal it and play it for either yourself or another player after all the votes have been cast, but before the votes are read. I think I knew that we were gonna find it. I was very nervous at first that somebody from the other tribe would have found it, because I figured that if we had a clue in our markers, so did they. But then again, their clue could have been to the other idol, so I'm still not 100% sure if they have an idol or not, and I'm not going to rule out the fact that they don't.
So like you found it, so you should keep it.
Okay, I promise I won't screw you over.
Thank you,
anything.
I appreciate that. But
buddy?
if I'm about to be kicked off, like
I got you.
just slap that keychain.
I think this is now an official alliance.
Official alliance.
I was happy that I found it, because although Bailey and I do have an alliance, like you don't know what's gonna happen, and I would just rather be in possession of it than him. I can kind of like get Bailey to do what I want, and I can like kind of play him to like be in, like he's just kind of on board for anything.
I think I would rather work with her and have that partnership I'm not always great at first impressions and making friends, and I've already got Lexi as a friend, and I think it would be stupid this early just to burn Lexi off.
When Izzy reached out to me and let me know that she was worried that she was gonna get voted off, I was like, okay. So there's like other people are talking. The first person I talked to was Lauren.
So,
Okay.
So me, Giselle, and Brian.
I heard Giselle talked to me.
Yeah.
Sarah overheard you guys.
Yeah, which is so bad.
One, Izzy knows.
Izzy knows already?
She knows that she said her friend told her, or somebody overheard and told her that like several people are thinking about voting her off. So I found out the three of them had already spoken and come to an agreement about who they wanted to talk to, just kind of based off like a rash, like 1 second thing, and I was like, oh, okay, well let's like put my 2 cents in, and so I did. And I don't think she's the person to like get rid of.
Wait, who do you think is the person to get
I feel
rid
so
of
bad
her?
because he's my boyfriend's roommate next year, but Stuart.
Stuart? Why Stuart?
The whole like him showing up late thing and like he didn't really seem to care.
No, trust me, we cannot vote off Stuart.
Why?
Stuart is an icon on the show.
Izzy approached her and wants to vote off Stuart. But that's bad going on in the team with her because now that she knows that I wanted to vote her off, she'll like specifically want to vote me off. So there's a bit of a brooding rivalry that looks on the brinks.
I don't, like, Giselle started in and was like, I just don't think she's seriously devoted to the game. And then, like, she is kind of just like, oh my god, like, this is like,
like she might feel like she has to, like she doesn't want to like seem like super interested in it because
of her friend.
I mean, like it's like Survivor, like it's like I get like not taking it as seriously.
Yeah.
And I think she does care more than she lets on.
We need people who are gonna really, really take it seriously, and I totally get that, like, Stuart showed up late, and
I guess maybe he's just like, because I met him the night before that we all started, and he seems sweet, but he's so like,
he's very like,
I just don't know if he can like communicate well on a team.
Stuart's like really good friends with Brian. Like Brian and Stuart are really good friends. They live together.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has any idea what's happening right now, or what will happen. I don't know. It's so hard. I'm like not like a person who like wants to like get rid of people.
Yeah, I know. This is awful.
It makes me so sad.
I know.
Everyone's gonna vote Izzy off as of right now. Not everyone. I know Brian, Giselle, and Lauren are voting for Izzy.
Why is that? Is there a reason?
I think they just don't think she's as committed, or like because I was like, oh, like I didn't peg that at all.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Me either. I'm voting for Stuart. I feel
Which one was Stuart?
Stuart's one that showed up late.
Oh, was he one of the people that was throwing balls?
Yes, he was.
I figured it would be one of them.
Yeah, Lauren's really great. Lauren's like cares about this a lot.
She is intense.
She's intense.
I think she could. So I met with Daniela in the library today, and she's very charismatic, which is great. She seems to be a great team player, but something of note, she knows a lot. I think if I had to pick, it would probably be Stuart.
Yeah.
Because there was just, well, he showed up late.
I was like perfect. Like we have such little to go off of.
She knows what's going on in the Giselle, Brian, and Lauren camp, and now she is aware of my thoughts on the matter.
I didn't pick an athletic task because I've done so much with like Odyssey of the Mind and like logic and problem solving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like I played soccer for 10 years, I wrestled and I danced. So you and me athletically, I'm thinking are the two people that stand the best, like who have the most to offer.
She's trying to become a team leader kind of thing, which I don't mind. I'm sure she's a very effective leader and manager. It's just something I have to look out for in the future.
So Giselle, me, and Brian have been talking about a specific person that we're going to vote off. It is not you.
I'm pretty sure I know who this person is.
Would you like to say it?
Izzy.
Yes. We're not like really trying to hurt anyone's feelings. It's just like that we saw a lot more in other people than like Izzy in that specific challenge.
Potential-wise, right?
Yeah. Like I feel like Brian and I are pretty much on the same page that I'm just not willing to vote off Stuart. Because I think he did a really good job. Izzy's trying to like scavenge people to vote off Stuart, but I personally think Stuart added like a lot to the team, especially yesterday. But like
For me, it's really a matter of deciding between like Stuart and Izzy.
Lauren and Stuart just couldn't seem to improve their ball tossing abilities. They took shot after shot after shot after shot. The stress I felt during those moments took away a couple of months off my life. I'll admit it was very frustrating watching the ball toss challenge. You had like a lot of spirit. Stuart, meanwhile, I feel like there was no fire in him.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. He wasn't very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll see where the wind blows for now.
What a beautiful metaphor.
Thank you. Honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't matter who gets voted off or not, because both of them offer the same amount of potential, or lack thereof, to the tribe.
So my standing right now is that, so Lauren and Giselle straight up are voting Izzy.
Yeah, no, that,
and then so it's up to the two of us to figure out what we're doing.
I'm leaning towards Stuart just because, and I know you live with him, and I
Right.
feel like he's gonna find us out.
But I feel like if she still gets votes, but someone else goes home, I feel like that'll just make her more pissed than if Stuart got some votes and Izzy would, if that makes sense.
And so I talked with Brian, and he and I are like really close. I don't know if it's called, is it an alliance? Is that what that's technically called?
I feel like she has more assets on the other team, that if a merge happened, she would be able to ally with
See,
people.
then right now I'd rather keep the person who like could like has the most or could do the most.
I mean, I feel like I'm in an okay place tonight, but it could totally, all the votes could go to me, or none of them could go to me.
This is so difficult.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I also need to talk to Stuart too, and just get him to trust us, and get him to at least for this tribal to be on our side.
I heard there's a rumor that there was some plan going around, but I haven't heard what it is yet. So
Right.
if you could, are you in on it, or?
I mean, sort of. I don't know. I just know that at least 2 people are voting for Izzy, and I'm thinking about voting her way as well.
Okay.
But what I'm not sure about is the other, like, 4 people. It would make the most sense to vote Izzy's way.
Yeah, definitely.
Just in case, because we know that people are voting her way, but then if there's a tie, that's where things could get sticky.
Do we have any idea what the other 4 people are voting?
I really don't know, but I don't think they're voting for Izzy. They might. I hope they do.
Right now it seems like the plan is to vote out Izzy, which surprised me a little bit because it seemed like we hadn't really gotten to know each other, like anyone in the group that well, but people in the group were feeling like she was less invested than others.
I feel like the other 4 probably aren't voting for the same person, because I feel like they wouldn't be the 4 to like plan.
Yeah.
They didn't seem
Yeah.
to vote anything.
I know what you mean.
So they all have to vote for the same person in order for there to be a tie.
Right, and I briefly talked to Daniela, and but she wasn't sure where her head was at either. I hope she votes Izzy, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
I'm not going to question it right now because I'm not entirely loyal to anyone, being honest.
You, Brian, and Lauren were all thinking of voting Izzy off.
Yeah, and then Stuart.
Stuart's voting for
yeah,
Izzy?
Yeah. And so I just know if we have one more person, Izzy would definitely get voted off.
Yeah. I just had a conversation with Giselle about voting Izzy off, and she almost convinced me to vote Izzy off because at this point, there could be a potential tie. For the sake of not getting a tie, I'm voting for Izzy.
Okay, that's really great. But next time we can try to get everyone to go
Yeah.
for him. Yeah.
Okay.
So that'd be great.
I think Giselle's very pretty.
Is that the same for Aaron?
I was just wondering.
I have no idea.
I'm stressing now because I have no idea what's going to happen tonight, all in all, because the second you feel like you're safe in this game is the second that you go home. You kind of have to put friendships behind you in order to really make it far in the game. But, I don't know. Which is scary.
I feel like we're still friends right now.
No, we're
I feel relatively safe. The tribe seems really great. I was hoping there's going to be like that one person that was like, oh, I'm not going to feel bad about voting them out, but that wasn't the case. And I don't really know the other tribe that well, but I feel like there were people on that tribe I would have been more willing to vote.
Like Toby's the wild card. Nobody has any idea where he lies.
I do this before every tribal council.
Do what? Sit?
In my head.
Maybe he would lean towards Stuart, but you can't know that. Like, nobody knows.
You look like you're about to eat.
I don't like tying it. It's just really hard to tie. Also, were you aware that Brian switched his vote to Stuart?
No. He just told me he didn't.
Oh.
But I don't know.
See, now
He said we should stick to Izzy.
I have a lot of information on my hand right now. Both camps, for voting Stuart off and for voting Izzy off, both of them make valid points. I have no idea who to vote for anymore.
So in the normal game of Survivor, fire represents your life. But because we're inside, in this game, your buff represents your life. When you lose your buff, you're out of the game. Let's start off. Toby, what do you think of your tribe overall?
Well, I thought immediately that we were like quieter than the other tribe was, but I didn't think it was a bad thing.
All right, so let's just get a quick show of hands. Who went for the loyalty advantage yesterday? So Elvis, why did you decide to go for the risk taker advantage? Clearly the rest of your tribe was thinking about your tribe in the long run. What made you go for the risk taker advantage?
At that point in time, I didn't know any of you guys. So I was thinking long term, so I decided to just go for it.
I mean, Giselle, what does that say about what Elvis was thinking? I mean, he is thinking about himself in a game where, to be fair, you do have to think about yourself in the long run. But only one person on your tribe did it. Does that raise any red flags?
I think maybe later on, but right now I don't think it does. And also the fact that he does make a good point that we didn't really know each other. We hadn't talked at all. And yeah, it would have been great if all of us had gone for the loyalty, whatever it's called. Advantage. Yeah, but it depends.
So you guys did end up losing that challenge. Daniela, where do you think you guys went wrong?
A lot of it was, I didn't know how far the bucket was gonna be. So like when it comes to throwing, like delegating, none of us knew like maybe how difficult that was. So like people playing to their strong suits might not have been like utilized as well. Like if I had known that we were gonna be like running so much, like I probably would have been like, oh yo, like I played soccer for 10 years and dance. Like if it's gonna be like more athletic, like sure, I'll do like the running.
I mean, it took you the longest to complete that part of the challenge. So can you blame Lauren and Stuart for technically losing the challenge if it took them the longest amount of time?
Such a hard question. And I mean, because I think a lot of it wasn't necessarily the fact that was the hardest, like, because we all picked different things. I'm pretty sure Lauren was one of the last people who picked to throw because it was like one of the only roles left. So there wasn't as much like option for people, like they didn't know what they were getting into necessarily.
So Izzy, if you can't blame someone specifically for the challenge, what do you base your vote off of tonight?
That's a really hard question because that's what I'm dealing with at the moment. I don't know. It's tricky because like only a okay, like half the tribe I like vaguely know of us, like somehow we've met one way or another, and then half the tribe like we know of each other but this is the first time meeting. So like none of us are super close friends, so we don't know each other's strong suits, so we don't know how we're gonna interact with each other in the long run, or like I don't know. But
so Lauren, it sounds like
Thanks for
Izzy
moving
has
on.
no idea what she's doing vote-wise right now. What do you base this vote on?
Alright. So I would say I'm basing it off of who I've talked to today and what their thoughts are. Right now I think I'm mostly a team player and not really an individual, if that makes sense. Like I'm going to do what the majority wants to do.
All right, let's try this. Who feels like they're safe tonight? Raise your hand. All right, so it looks like Stuart, Izzy, and Brian. Well, Brian kind of. Stuart, why don't you feel safe tonight?
I mean, I feel like no one's really safe. I feel like it's still so early.
and we don't know, even if we were making plans, we don't know if there was like double layers to the plans people were lying. So I don't know, I just don't feel like I know anyone or know enough people in the group right now to like fully trust them.
Izzy, so you think you're going home tonight, or have a good guess, because you clearly don't think you're safe.
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Did someone rub you the wrong way? Did you
No.
have some bags?
It's like totally all on me because I'm really shy, and also this is a terrifying thing we're all doing. And like my best friend going into this, Lexi, was obviously put on the other team, and that was really scary, you know? Like I feel like that'd be scary for anyone. So that's why the whole day I was like joking about like, oh my god, like I'm not with Lexi, I'm gonna die, but like we're all in this together. Like it was like just a scary first day, and it'd be scary for anyone.
One last thing before we get to the vote, we'll go to you, Giselle. So when Izzy did receive her buff, and she did just reflect on this, she was upset that she wasn't with Lexi. Are prior connections with people in other tribes something you should take into consideration?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think because I mean I have some friends in the other tribe that like I'm really close with in real life, and I just think like obviously it's impossible for humans to not have biases, and like friendships are important to us in relationships with people and everything. So I think it will be something that will go into the we'll have to like look for in the future, but you never know if someone's gonna put that aside for like the tribe. But like we said, we don't know who we can really trust yet, so I think it's important definitely to take into consideration.
All right, it is time to vote. Toby, you're up.
I don't know, other people said they would, so I was like following the crowd now.
So I told Giselle that I'd be voting for Izzy because of the whole tiebreaker situation. But either way, I think her trust in Ryan will be destroyed because of this vote.
I'm just doing what the majority and talked about what we wanted to do. I honestly don't know why.
Alright. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Izzy. Stuart. It's one vote Izzy, one vote Stuart. Stuart. Izzy. That's two votes Izzy, two votes Stuart. Let's have it again. Izzy. That's three votes Izzy, two votes Stuart. Stuart followed by frowny face. Izzy. That's four votes Izzy, three votes Stuart, one vote left. We are tied. 4 votes Stuart, 4 votes Izzy.
Stuart, don't get lunch up.
Here's how the ties go.
Let's go get dinner.
Here's how the ties go. Izzy and Stuart, you will not vote. Everybody else will vote. You can only vote for Stuart or Izzy. Giselle, we're going to start with you. If you can come grab the urn, we're going to vote again. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to report. We'll pass that area up immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Izzy.
That's what that's angry
Stuart. That's one vote Izzy, one vote Stuart. Stuart. It's two votes Stuart, one vote Izzy.
Thank you.
Stuart. That is 3 votes Stuart, 1 vote Izzy, 2 votes left. First person voted out of Survivor Boston. Stuart. Stuart, please bring me your buff. Stuart, the tribe has spoken.
Bye,
So, after a tie vote, you were able to almost completely together. Clearly, there are fractures in this tribe. So, one question is, will you be able to come together as a tribe? The other tribe. Grab yourself a shot.
Next time on Survivor Boston.
Wait, so you voted for Izzy?
I voted for Izzy.
And so we
Elvis begins to sow the seeds of deception on Inferno after Tribal Council.
It was insane. I did not expect my plan to work so flawlessly and so effectively.
And A Tribe Called Quest begins to turn on each other.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm really afraid of Bruce.
I don't know. I don't think she's very strong. Like, I can do puzzles, man. Like, sorry, that's the only thing you bring to our team.
You know, I'm a little disappointed, but I kind of felt like I saw it coming. You know, also it's like I understand why it happened. If the alliances were stronger, I would have been more hurt. I didn't do well in the challenge, and I showed up late. And those don't define me as a person, but there wasn't really a lot to go off of, so it makes sense.